Petro De Luanda took apart FAP 73-60. Petro De Luanda were coming off a loss from Zamalek in the previous game, and they just had to win this game so that they can advance the record to 3-1. Right now they are 3-1, and let's just break it down. I mean, Petro De Luanda just checked all the boxes. FAP didn't look the same from last season. Right now they have a losing record of, I presume, they only won one game and 2 losses. But yeah, Petro De Luanda coming off a loss from Zamalek, a heavyweight in the conference, they had to stand their authority. But looking at how they shot 37% from the field. Not the best shooting percentage for a team of this level, but it got the job done. On 2-point field goals, they shot 46% from the field, and from the three, it wasn't a good outing, but it was better than the one that they fared with Zamalek, and they shot 29% from downtown and 86% from the line. At least they made a lot of free throws. They only missed 2 free throws. I mean, it was just great for them, but they got out rebounded by FAP. FAP had 48 total rebounds. Petro De Luanda only had 42 in the assists. Petro De Luanda just shared the rock pretty well. They had 16 assists, and they followed with 8 steals, and they were tied in blocks with FAP with 4 blocks. But FAP just didn't look the same as they did last season. They shot an abysmal 34% from the field, 42% from 2-point field goals, and a very horrendous 17% from deep. I mean, this was actually the worst. Out of 23 attempts, they only sank 4, and they went to the line 8 times and only made 6 shots. So 6 shots from the line. So I mean, overall, it wasn't a good game for both teams, because both teams are just looking like they are struggling there, especially shooting wise. And that's why it was a relatively, not a low scoring game, but you can say an inefficient and not an efficient game for both teams. But looking at the first quarter, you can see Petro De Luanda out of the gate, they just scored 18 points. FAP started off slow with 10 points. Petro De Luanda again in the second, they scored 15 points, and FAP 15. FAP tried to cut the deficit, but Petro De Luanda was still in front of them. But in the third, you can see the highest scoring quarter for Petro De Luanda with 20, FAP only 15, and Petro De Luanda just outlasted them in the fourth. And I mean, FAP just didn't look the same. They tried to get back in the game. I don't know what happened, but the scoring isn't the same, and they risk a chance of not even being able to qualify for the playoffs, since they have a 1-2 record. One of these underdog teams like a Cape Town Tigers can unseat them and not give them a chance, or FAP are gonna lose that, because FAP lost to Cape Town Tigers, but that buzzer beater, you know what happened. The rest is history. So FAP are down, and the leading scorers for Petro De Luanda: Childe Dandao 16 points, Olympio Cipriano, he had 11 points for Petro De Luanda. John Pedro grabbed 8 rebounds. Abubakar Gaku 8 rebounds. I mean, Petro De Luanda just were doing their things defensively. Luniek Goncalves, he had 7 assists in this game. Joel Almeida 13 points. I mean, he was the leading scorer for FAP, but he wasn't able to get the job done. I mean, Bryce Bidia, he had 12 points. I mean, for FAP. Then we have Tijari Bayas, he had 8 assists, and Cedric Kenfak, he had 2 assists. So overall, it wasn't a good outing for FAP, but they have to find a way to win the remainder of their games, because if they don't, they can be locked out of the playoffs and not be able to finish top 4, because that's the whole important thing. But when you're looking at all the other stats, you can see steals. You can see FAP led in steals. FAP led in second chance points with 15 points. Fast break points, they led that stat with 24 fast break points. I mean, they out-rebounded Petro De Luanda, but it wasn't enough to just get a win in this game. But the thing that it really hurt them the most was the turnovers, because they really struggled in turnovers. They had 20 turnovers in this game, and followed by the inefficient shooting splits, not encouraging. So hopefully they can be able to pull off a win in the remaining 2 games that they have, and at least be able to finish top 4. If they won't, I mean, it'll be tough luck for them. You're just gonna have to wait and look at the other games of the other teams that are at home. So yeah, I mean, that's not the plan for them, and neither should it be for the guys who are going to be upset. Anyway, so I mean, overall, Petro De Luanda needed a comeback win so that they can be able to notch at least the 2nd seed. Right now, they have a winning record of 3-1. Only 1 game left, and they have to win that game in convincing fashion. And I mean, they're gonna finish number 2 because earlier on, Zamalek went on to win. They beat SPO Fukash to go up 4-0. So they're chasing that 5-0 unbeaten record that USM and REG are not able to have in the previous Sahara Conference. So hopefully Petro De Luanda just finished number 2 so that they can have a good playoff lock. But right now, as they stand, they're already locked in the playoffs because they have 3 wins. So yeah, I mean, great game. But FAP, they just don't look the same. They just need to switch it up a little bit for the remaining 2 games so that they can be able to, lock a playoff spot, because they really need a playoff spot. If they can't do it, another team is going to take their spot. So that's not a good thing for them. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure to leave a feedback down in the comment section what you think about the BAL, what you think about this game, and I'm out. Peace.